Purdue University, located in West Lafayette, Indiana, United States, is the flagship university of the six-campus Purdue University system. Purdue was founded on May 6, 1869, as a land-grant university when the Indiana General Assembly, taking advantage of the Morrill Act, accepted a donation of land and money from Lafayette businessman John Purdue to establish a college of science, technology, and agriculture in his name. The first classes were held on September 16, 1874, with 6 instructors and 39 students. The university was founded with the gift of $150,000 from John Purdue, a Lafayette business leader and philanthropist, along with $50,000 from Tippecanoe County, and 100 acres of land from Lafayette residents in support of the project. In 1869, it was decided that the new school would be built near the city of Lafayette and established as Purdue University, in the name of the institution's principal benefactor. The West Lafayette campus offers more than 200 majors for undergraduates, over 70 master's and doctoral programs, and professional degrees in pharmacy and veterinary medicine. In addition, Purdue has 18 intercollegiate sports teams and more than 900 student organizations. Today, Purdue is a member of the Big Ten Conference. Purdue enrolls the second-largest student body of any university in Indiana, as well as the fourth-largest international student population of any university in the United States. History. In 1865, the Indiana General Assembly voted to take advantage of the Morrill Land Grant Colleges Act of 1862, and began plans to establish an institution with a focus on agriculture and engineering. Communities throughout the state offered their facilities and money to bid for the location of the new college. Popular proposals included the addition of an agriculture department at Indiana University or at what is now Butler University. By 1869, Tippecanoe County's offer included $150,000 from Lafayette business leader and philanthropist John Purdue, $50,000 from the county, and 100 acres of land from local residents. On May 6, 1869, the General Assembly established the institution in Tippecanoe County as Purdue University, in the name of the principal benefactor. Classes began at Purdue on September 16, 1874, with 6 instructors and 39 students. Professor John S. Huffam was Purdue's first faculty member and served as acting president between the administrations of Presidents Shortridge and White. A campus of 5 buildings was completed by the end of 1874. Purdue issued its first degree, a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, in 1875 and admitted its first female students that fall. Emerson E. White, the university's president from 1876 to 1883, followed a strict interpretation of the Morrill Act, rather than emulate the classical universities. White believed that Purdue should be an industrial college, and devote its resources toward providing a liberal education with an emphasis on science, technology, and agriculture. He intended not only to prepare students for industrial work, but also to prepare them to be good citizens and family members. Part of White's plan to distinguish Purdue from classical universities included a controversial attempt to ban fraternities. This ban was ultimately overturned by the Indiana Supreme Court and led to White's resignation. The next president, James H. Smart, is remembered for his call in 1894 to rebuild the original Heavilon Hall, 1 brick higher, after it had been destroyed by a fire. By the end of the 19th century, the university was organized into schools of agriculture, engineering, and pharmacy, and former U.S. President Benjamin Harrison was serving on the board of trustees. Purdue's engineering laboratories included testing facilities for a locomotive and a Corliss steam engine, one of the most efficient engines of the time. The School of Agriculture was sharing its research with farmers throughout the state, with its cooperative extension services and would undergo a period of growth over the following 2 decades. Programs in education and home economics were soon established, as well as a short-lived School of Medicine. By 1925, Purdue had the largest undergraduate engineering enrollment in the country, a status it would keep for half a century. President Edward C. Elliott oversaw a campus-building program between the World Wars. Inventor, alumnus, and trustee David E. Ross coordinated several fundraisers, donated lands to the university, and was instrumental in establishing the Purdue Research Foundation. Ross's gifts and fundraisers supported such projects as Ross Audi Stadium, the Memorial Union, a civil engineering surveying camp, and Purdue University Airport. Purdue Airport was the country's first university-owned airport and the site of the country's first college credit flight training courses. Amelia Earhart joined the Purdue faculty in 1935 as a consultant for these flight courses and as a counselor on women's careers. In 1937, the Purdue Research Foundation provided the funds for the Lockheed Electra 1OE that Earhart flew on to her attempted round-the-world flight. Every school and department at the university was involved in some type of military research or training during World War II. During a project on radar receivers, Purdue physicists discovered properties of germanium that led to the making of the first transistor. The Army and the Navy conducted training programs at Purdue, and more than 17,500 students, staff, and alumni served in the armed forces. Purdue set up about 100 centers throughout Indiana to train skilled workers for defense industries. As veterans returned to the university under the GI Bill, first-year classes were taught at some of these sites to alleviate the demand for campus space. 4 of these sites are now degree-granting regional campuses of the Purdue University system. Purdue's on-campus housing became racially desegregated in 1947, following pressure from Purdue President Frederick L. Hovde and Indiana Governor Ralph F. Gates. After the war, Hovde worked to expand the academic opportunities at the university. A decade-long construction program emphasized science and research. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the university established programs in veterinary medicine, industrial management, and nursing, as well as the first computer science department in the United States. Undergraduate humanities courses were strengthened, although Hovde only reluctantly approved of graduate-level study in these areas. Purdue awarded its first Bachelor of Arts degrees in 1960. The programs in liberal arts and education, formerly administered by the School of Science, were soon split into their own school. The official seal of Purdue was officially inaugurated during the university's centennial in 1969, consisting of elements from emblems that had been used unofficially for 73 years. The current seal depicts a griffin, symbolizing strength, and a 3-part shield, representing education, research, and service. In recent years, Purdue's leaders have continued to support high-tech research and international programs. In 1987, U.S. President Ronald Reagan visited the West Lafayette campus to give a speech about the influence of technological progress on job creation. In the 1990s, the university added more opportunities to study abroad and expanded its course offerings in world languages and cultures. The first buildings of the Discovery Park Interdisciplinary Research Center were dedicated in 2004. Purdue launched a Global Policy Research Institute in 2010 to explore the potential impact of technical knowledge on public policy decisions. Campus. Purdue's campus is situated in the small city of West Lafayette, near the western bank of the Wabash River, across which sits the larger city of Lafayette. State Street, which is concurrent with State Road 26, divides the northern and southern portions of campus. Academic buildings are mostly concentrated on the eastern and southern parts of campus, with residence halls and intramural fields to the west, and athletic facilities to the north. The Greater Lafayette Public Transportation Corporation operates 8 campus loop bus routes on which students, faculty, and staff can ride free of charge with Purdue identification. Purdue Mall. The Purdue Mall is the central quad of Purdue University, also known as the Purdue Spine, due to its proximity to several important academic buildings. It was created to connect the academic campus with Rosati Stadium. It is known as the Engineering Mall, due to its proximity to several engineering buildings. The most prominent feature of the Purdue Mall is the 38-foot-tall concrete engineering fountain, and also features the Frederick L. Hovde Hall of Administration, which houses the office of the university president, Mitchell E. Daniels. The Purdue Bell Tower is located between the Stadium and Centennial Malls. Southwest of the Stadium Mall is the Edward C. Elliott Hall of Music, one of the largest proscenium theaters in the world. Purdue's Student Concert Committee often invites famous entertainers to perform there for an audience of students, faculty, and the general public. Memorial Mall. The Purdue Memorial Mall, located south of the Purdue Mall, is the original section of campus, a popular meeting place for students. The grassy, open Memorial Mall is surrounded by the Stewart Center, Wetherell Laboratory of Chemistry, Stanley Coulter Hall, the Class of 1950 Lecture Hall, the Recitation Building, University Hall, and Stone Hall. The Memorial Mall also features the Hello Walk. Near this section of campus is Felix Haas Hall, which was constructed in 1909 as Memorial Gymnasium in memory of the 17 Purdue University football players, coaches, alumni, and fans who perished in the Purdue Wreck Railroad accident on October 31, 1903. The structure was renovated in 1985 to house the Computer Science Department. In 2006, it was renamed in honor of retired Provost Felix Haas and began to also house the Statistics Department. East of the Memorial Mall is the Purdue Memorial Union, Purdue's student union building, and the adjacent Union Club Hotel. University Hall is the only building remaining from the original 6-building campus. Construction began in 1871, when the building was known as the Main Building. The building was dedicated in 1877 and the project cost $35,000 to complete. University Hall originally housed the office of the president, a chapel, and classrooms, but was remodeled in 1961 to house only the Department of History and classrooms used by the School of Liberal Arts. At the request of John Purdue, he was buried in the Memorial Mall, directly across from the main entrance of University Hall. South Campus. The area south of State Street is home to Purdue's agricultural, fine arts, life sciences, and veterinary buildings. This area also includes the Krannert School of Management, Horticulture Gardens, Discovery Park, Lyles Porter Hall and the Purdue Airport. The Krannert School of Management has been nationally and globally ranked for both undergraduate and graduate degree programs. Krannert and Rolls Hall provide state-of-the-art learning facilities to the majority of business classes on campus. Rolls Hall was built in 2006 with the help of a $10 million gift from Jerry S. Rawls, the largest in the management school's history. Lyles Porter Hall houses interdisciplinary healthcare facilities and classroom space within the College of Health and Human Sciences as well as the School of Medicine. Collectively, students and clinical faculty within nursing, health and kinesiology, nutrition science, psychological sciences, and speech, language and hearing sciences see approximately 3,000 patients a year within this state-of-the-art interdisciplinary healthcare facility. The building features a nursing clinic, specialized preschool, exercise center, consultation space and demonstration kitchen for dietitians in training, clinical psychology facility, audiology and speech-language pathology clinics, cadaver laboratory for physicians in training, and research laboratories. Purdue University Airport, which opened in 1930, was the first of its kind, and remains one of only a few university-owned airports in the nation, including the Niswonger Aviation Technology Building, which was dedicated in 2009. The facility symbolizes Purdue's storied relationship with aviation. West Campus. The western portion of campus consists of student housing, dining, and recreation facilities. Students can play club and intramural sports at the Cordova Recreational Sports Center, the Boilermaker Aquatic Center, and the intramural playing fields in this area. The Cordova Recreational Sports Center, built in 1957, is the first building in the nation created solely to serve university student recreational needs. As a replacement for the previously separate women's and men's gymnasiums, it was originally called the Co-Recreational Gymnasium. Despite several expansions and official name changes, it has been nicknamed the Co-Rec ever since. Stadium Avenue. Much of the northern part of campus sits on land purchased for the university by industrialist David E. Ross and author and humorist George Addy in the 1920s. Many of Purdue's athletic facilities are located there, including Ross-Addy Stadium, Mackey Arena, and Lambert Fieldhouse. This area also includes the Slater Center of Performing Arts and Cary Quadrangle, one of the largest all-male housing units in the country. David Ross is one of two people buried on Purdue's campus. His grave site is in a garden atop the hill just to west of the Slater band shell. Baseball's Alexander Field and other athletic facilities are located a mile west of the stadium, at the newer Northwest Athletic Complex.